Welcome everyone to my kitchen. Let me show you. All right. So today we are talking about using leftovers. And today, right after I'm done, like as soon as I am done, the moment I press stop recording, my son Caden and I are going to go get some groceries. So this is what my kitchen looks prior to grocery shopping. So nobody called children's services on me because I don't have any food in my house. We are going to go get groceries. I just wanted to show you guys how depleted I let my kitchen get before we go for groceries. And the main, well, okay, so two reasons that that I deplete my inventory before I go shopping. And one is because I want to be able to clean my shelves and my fridge thoroughly. So it's way easier to do that if there's nothing in there. And then the second reason is because if we don't let it get depleted, then there is food that just gets thrown out and wasted. So if we let it get to the point where we're down to the things that we don't really love, then one, we learn that we don't really love those and don't buy them again. And two, we're not throwing so much food in the garbage. So let me just show you exactly what I mean by depleted, okay? So on our counter, we do keep a fruit bowl. So I know, guys. Minimalists usually keep their surfaces super clean. And so their fruits would be stored in the pantry, but I find that people actually eat them if they're on the counter, and that's why I keep them on the counter. So in here, you know what this is? This is an avocado that was cut open before it was ripe. Like it was rock hard. It could have been a rock. Okay, that's how hard it was. And it got cut open. So of course, I don't want to throw that out because that's a lot, very expensive for avocados. So I Googled it, and what I can do is rub it with some lemon or lime and just leave it and it'll continue to ripen. So if you put it in the fridge, it's not going to ripen, but leave it out on the counter, cover it with some lemon and lime, and voila, ripe avocado. So maybe give me a hands up shout out or uh, rock hard if you too have cut into an avocado and learned that that's not a good idea. Okay. So also in there, we have apples. I don't like apples, but they're really healthy. They're really convenient, and they have some purpose in my life. So I'm trying to talk to you guys without a light now. Okay, so what I do with the apple is I cut it into like chips, and I can have it with dip, or I cut it same thing and call it a different name though, a cracker, and I can put some salsa on there, or make a little sandwich out of the cut up apple. Sometimes I can cut it into dices and make it a salsa out of the apple, or a fruit salad out of the apple. Or I can put it in my food processor and blend it up, and I can thicken like a bread that I'm making or a dessert that I'm making with the apple. Just make sure to wash it really thoroughly because, yeah, I think there's wax or something on there for sure. If it's not organic, there'll be pesticides on there. So you just want to make sure to wash it really well. Planes never ever go over my house, guys, except for when I'm recording a video. Okay. Now we come to my pantry. I'm doing this on the laptop because isn't that, I don't know, isn't that how everyone films a Zoom? Okay. So bear with me. So this, okay, this cupboard up here is for my family who don't eat sugar-free, gluten-free, meat-free, dairy-free like I do. So I don't want to be tempted by their stuff, so it goes in a totally different cupboard. And then my cupboard, my family might go in here. They might not. It doesn't matter. They eat it, they do. If they don't, it's none of my business. So what I have is some leftover Maju dates and some coconut cream, some almonds, some coconut milk, and one potato, which actually should go in their cupboard because I don't eat potatoes, and then cornstarch and baking soda, some sesame seeds, and a can of waxed beans. Oh, I see it back there too, a can of tomato paste. Okay, so that's not very much food at all, right? Hopefully some bizarre event doesn't happen and I'm not allowed to go to a grocery store because there's only like a couple days worth of food here. And then my fridge. Well, stay open. Okay. Is the light too bright there? It won't work. Probably. I feel like that scene from in Shrek and Donkey, just like okay. So I have some carrots and celery and applesauce. Then I have some limes and what is it? Um, and on this shelf, I have a tiny little bit of hot peppers left and a tiny bit of salad left over from last night. And in this bowl right here, you see that? Is it's leftover rice. I don't eat rice. So why is there rice in my fridge? Because my family eats rice. And they like to store the leftover rice in the pot that it was cooked in. So this morning I took it out of the pot. And here's the thing, if I would have put it in a Tupperware container, it would have like sat there for 2 weeks and then it would have grown mold and like fused with the Tupperware. And I would have had to throw out not only the rice, but also the Tupperware. So I have learned that if you can't see it, then they won't eat it, right? Like literally, if they cannot see that there's rice in there, they won't eat it. So it has to be in a easily accessible container and a see-through container. I didn't have any, so I opted instead to put it in the glass bowl with a glass lid, and that way maybe they'll peek under the plate because they might think, oh, I put some leftover rice in there, and I know Mom doesn't eat it, so I wonder if she did something with it, and they might scavenge around for it. And when they find it, they're just going to take the whole bowl and put it in the microwave, um, rather than having another Tupperware, putting it in another dish. So I just saved myself some time by putting it right into the bowl that they may or may not use. So yeah, not much food left in that fridge, right? Let me just shut the door here so that you guys can see better. Okay. Whoop. In the door of the fridge, so we have some nut butters, which I just picked up the other day. They aren't actually for leftover from the main grocery shop. And then some lemon juice, a little bit of this terrible tasting cilantro. Like, why am I keeping it? I know better than that. It's awful. Do not buy this. And I put it back in the fridge. I'll deal with it later. Okay. The tahini is a must. I use it daily. I don't know why. Why it's so great, but it really, if I'm making brownies, I put it in there, makes the brownies better. If I'm making a salad dressing, delicious. And then we have the rest is all the family's stuff, not mine. Okay, so would you agree that that is not much food at all? Like, Fiona, what are you talking about? 2 days worth of food? There's nothing. Okay, so what I could do is I could have the applesauce as a dip with my apples. Let me see this. I could use those carrots and celery and I could use the celery and I could put that nut butter on it. That would be good. I could just have carrots and celery sticks with nothing else. I mean, if there was a tragic event or a horrific event, I'm okay with just eating celery and carrot sticks. What I really enjoy though is making a dip for them. So to have a dip, I would need some oil and some an acid, which I have the lemon and I have the lime. You saw that. For the oils, I have an array of oils actually. And I have apple cider vinegar. Oh, here's my other pantry shelf. Okay. So up here I have some almond flour and nutritional yeast and psyllium husk. And then I have, the name is eluding me right now, goji berries, walnuts, flaxseed, hemp seed, that's it. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds in a shell, coconut, um, chickpeas, cacao powder, and chia seeds. And then I have some oils and vinegars down here. Okay, so because I have that, I can actually make, I could take the sesame seeds and grind them up into a paste and add some vinegar or citrus. And I would have like a little mayonnaise style dip, right? Like a thick dip. What else could I do? Oh, I have the coconut milk and the coconut cream. You have coconut milk and coconut cream, you got choice. So I could take the coconut milk and blend it with some chia seeds, or mix it with some chia seeds. And I'm going to get a little bit of a creamy parfait filling. I do have frozen stuff left precariously thrown in my freezer right now. My son came. How do I work the camera? My son came home this morning, ran into the house, threw some stuff in the freezer, and then ran out again. So that's what's going on here. So I have a copious amount of spinach for some reason. So I could use spinach. The last time before we went grocery shopping, and the only thing that was left in that freezer was spinach. And I learned a lesson that I either like to buy spinach or I don't like to eat it. So something about the spinach right now. So spinach, I took it and I pureed it with some carrots and celery, and then I just laid that on a dehydrator sheet on my air fryer. Right, yesterday's lesson was about the air fryer. That's my air fryer. And oh, look at, I even have some stuff going on up here. So I have the green onions, which just keep them in water and they keep growing. If that keeps on giving. And then I am soaking my seeds to do sprouts. Not an expert on sprouting, but I don't really think it's super hard. But I do know that sprouts have a tremendous amount of nutrients that our microbiome really thrive off of. So it's good to add that also. They're absolutely delicious. So I try to grow some once a week. I'd like to get to the stage where I'm growing. I have 2 jars, one for eating, one for sprouting. And that concludes my kitchen tour. Oh no, it doesn't. No, I forgot to show you the very best part of my kitchen, my spice rack. How did I forget that? Okay, so true story, on my Facebook, the most liked post I've ever had, like, including births of people and deaths of people and major life accomplishments. The most likes I ever got on my Facebook was when I showcased the spice rack, and you can see why it is glorious. This is no endorsement for a particular brand of spice, except that it probably is, because I do have what's the word? Affection. I don't know the word, guys. I adore Epicure. I do. And actually, most of these jars have been filled, like they're repurposed. They're reused, sorry, to fill other spices in there. I had a friend over yesterday, and he says, how long have you been collecting spices for? Like, how long did that collection take you to develop? And I said, oh, I don't know, 15, 20 years. So this is not even like, this is not what I had at the beginning. My goal for the last 5 years since I moved in here is to deplete my spice collection. And then I always get derailed by somebody who's at a vendor event selling spices, and I'm like, oh, Oh, FOMO kicking in. I gotta have that one. So yeah, that's my weakness in life is spices. It's true. Okay, so I hope this was helpful to teach you a little something about something. Um, that you don't have to have a kitchen full of food in order to be able to make a delicious meal. You just have to have some cooking skills, which of course I can help you out with. And that's it. I hope everyone's sugar-free journey is going really, really well. And talk soon. Bye for now. Wait, I didn't work. I'm gonna hang up.